हाय गाइस, वेलकम टू रिएक्शन का रिएक्शन यूट्यूब चैनल। तो आज हम जिस वीडियो पे रिएक्ट करने जा रहे हैं, यानी कि जिस रिएक्शन के ऊपर रिएक्ट करने जा रहे हैं, वो रिएक्शन दिया है थिंकिंग नैश नाम का यूट्यूब चैनल है। इन्होंने रिएक्शन दिया है 8 थिंग्स यू शुड नेवर डू पब्लिकली इन इंडिया। ओके, तो ये एक वीडियो है जिसके ऊपर ये रिएक्ट करने जा रहे हैं अपने इंडिया की वीडियो पे कि इंडिया के अंदर कौन सी ऐसी 8 चीजें हैं जो आप पब्लिकली नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो देखते हैं ये कौन सी 8 चीजों की बात करते हैं और इनको कैसा लगता है। ये मेरे ख्याल से फॉरेनर है, इटली की है, फिर किसी और कंट्री की है। ओके, सो थिंकिंग नैश नाम का इनका यूट्यूब चैनल है। देखते हैं इनको अपनी इंडिया की कौन सी 8 चीजें हैं जो पब्लिकली नहीं करनी चाहिए और इन्हें ये वीडियो कैसी लगती है। ओके, सो प्लीज यार हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना। हमारा चैनल क्या है, रिएक्शन का रिएक्शन। हम रिएक्शन के ऊपर से रिएक्शन दे रहे हैं कि फॉरेनर्स को हमारी इंडिया की वीडियोस कैसी लग रही है, और वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो लाइक कर देना। ओके, तो फिर अब शुरू करते हैं इसको।
Unnecessary embarrassment.
Definitely.
Number 1. Don't be offended by
Namaste, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Thinking Nash channel where we talk and react things related to India. Thank you so much for passing by one more day. You know, mi casa es tu casa, guys. And today we have the video 8 things you should never do publicly in India. We did the 10 things that was prohibited in India. These things are not prohibited, but you cannot just do it in public. So, like, you know, I'm kind of learning all these things because once the COVID is gone, that is part of the is something from the past, and we will never like go back to that point. Hopefully that's my wish. But once that everything is okay, hopefully I can travel to your country. So it's always good to know what things we cannot do public in India. Well, for me, for friends, because I'm sure maybe you know some of these things. Maybe some of these things will go sound a little bit ridiculous. Maybe some of these things will be just non-existent. But anyway, let's check it and then we talk about this. Don't forget, guys, to follow me here on my social media.
How many of you have India in your bucket list?
Me.
That was a silly question. Keeping in mind the country's diversity in terms of culture and food, loads of people flock to India every year. It all makes sense because the country caters to everyone, from luxury travelers to backpackers to people looking for spiritual solace. Even though India is ideal for your much-needed getaway, you might experience a cultural shock, especially if you're a Westerner.
Yes,
We don't
definitely.
want to scare you, but you're prone to making some cultural faux pas. Now, the good news is that Indians are pretty forgiving towards foreigners, but a little knowledge about the norms would save you unnecessary embarrassment.
Definitely.
Number 1, don't be offended by intrusive questions.
Okay.
Just a heads up, if you're traveling with your girlfriend, then there's a good chance that someone will ask you about your marriage plans. We see some eyebrows raising, but people, that's an icebreaker for Indians. Personal questions like this one are not intended to
that's
offend
not
you,
something that's
but are the
prohibited to do in
Indian
public.
way of bonding.
Okay.
Inquiries about your income, job, or family matters may be seen as intrusive to the West, but for Indians, these are random conversations.
Okay. Yeah, I
you
think
can
Mexico,
be as discreet
same
as you
too.
want
Yeah, I
in
think so
answering
Mexico
them.
is the same.
You can lie
We
or
share
give a
in
vague
that.
answer if you don't want to tell the truth, but don't be offended because that just wasn't their intention. Number 2, don't strike up religious or political conversations. A
Okay.
majority of Indians feel that there
That's
is
fair.
a need to guard their religion. Sounds strange, but it's true. And when in the meanwhile you come loitering around, giving different ideas about religion or questioning their faith, you may be inviting some trouble. Telling someone that you
Very
find
respect.
flaws in their religion or how they practice it with so many superstitious rituals will lead you to some of the worst bashing you've ever
I will be
got.
making us questions,
As
but
for
more
the
because I
sensitive
want to
issues
learn.
like the ones about Kashmir, don't be fooled by the countless Indians discussing these topics, because below the cover of unity and diversity, there are cracks that could turn into huge gaps in a matter of seconds. Political conversations are commonplace, happening at every tea joint, and while a lot of them would be open for debate, but you might receive heavy propaganda from some people when you beg to differ. Number 3, don't address elders by their name.
Okay.
All right now, this is going to be a real cultural shock for the Westerners who have been addressing elders by their name.
Mexico no.
You do not do that in India.
No,
Any
Mexico
attempt
either.
from your side to keep your Western way of addressing elders by their first name will be met with a disgusted look if you're lucky, or
Mexico
may
too.
even get you beaten up black and blue. The last bit was a bit of a stretch, but ask Indian kids. It holds true for them though. Anyway, the point is that such a way of addressing is seen as insulting,
How
and
I can
even
do it?
though this isn't your intent, you will be punished for it. A better alternative would be to use sir, ma'am, or add a G after their name to stay on the safe side.
Okay. I know.
Number 4,
that works for
don't
Mexico too.
display affection publicly.
This
This does
one
not
there was a lot
apply
of,
to big cities, but
like-
step into smaller towns and just plant a kiss on Bay's cheek, and voila, you have officially opened yourself for some bashing. India is a lot more conservative than European countries, where making out in public doesn't even get a second look. But here in India, it will earn you a lot more disgusted looks. Though the country is gradually opening up to this, most people are not comfortable with PDA and may start lecturing you about morals, culture, and respect.
I think that would
and
be
if
more
you're
with older
unlucky,
people.
your upbringing may be questioned. In short, certain things are done behind closed doors and left there. Number 5, don't question anyone's sexuality. India is more or less homophobic, which never lets people come out of the closet. If you find two guys holding hands, don't assume that they're gay, and by
I hear
no
that one
means
before.
will you ask them about their relationship with each other. Calling someone gay is seen more like an insult than a general inquiry about their sexual preference. Similarly, think twice before you make your deviant
You still need to know
sexuality
that
evident in the
first.
country, because you may not receive the same respect and treatment as you would have got had you not revealed your true self. Belonging to the LGBTQ community is a personal choice, but it is still a taboo in India. It's a long fight before acceptance seeps in. Number
that's-
6,
I don't like that.
give in to the plight of beggars. Poverty is a big issue in India, and you'll be able to witness it easily when you visit the country. Beggars are sprawled on the streets with their bowls asking for money, but do not indulge them. For all you know, they're connected to an underground network where beggars frequently change location. The money that they get is snatched from them by a kingpin who enjoys the fruits of their labor, or rather, your hard-earned money goes to them for doing nothing. If they're able to melt your heart, they're probably good actors, but if you really want to do something for them, hand them some food. But money is a complete no-no. Number 7, don't expect everyone to speak English. If you're planning to jet off to India, you probably know that it is linguistically and culturally diverse. There are many languages spoken in the country, and the dialects vary from place to place. Though a lot of people speak English, which means you can manage comfortably in major cities, life in rural settings is a 180-degree turn. A lot of people in small towns and villages do not speak English, and hence, conversing would be a problem. Here, learning a few words and phrases of the local language will go a long way in making your trip easy. Plus, learning some words of their language will make them feel that you respect their culture, provided you aren't learning and then using curse words in their language.
I have to do that.
Number 8, don't think about beef.
But
Eating
I
beef
know
has
that just
always
in
been a
the north,
taboo
because
in
in the
India
south,
because Hindus consider
not
cows
that
as
much,
sacred.
for what I have
In
read
case you
from you.
don't know,
You have
80% of
teach me a
Indians
lot.
are Hindus. We guess you know where this is going. Eating beef in India would mean asking for trouble from the majority of the population. Eating beef is not only looked down upon, but is also illegal to some extent. Slaughter of cows is illegal in many parts of the country, so your chances of encountering beef are ever so small. But in case you do find this delicacy, check the legality of beef in the area, because you wouldn't want any trouble with the law of a foreign land, right? Sorry we scared
Definitely.
you. You are majorly safe as an outsider, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Definitely.
What are your experiences about India and the cultural difference it has from the West? Tell us in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos and subscribe to our channel if you like this video. Stay tuned for more videos, lots coming up. And while you're here, check out our other videos and tell us what you think of them. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thanks for watching.
That was actually kind of interesting. What it calls my attention, I think the title of this video was a little bit misleading because some of these things is more things that you should not do in general to India. It's not more like things that you should do not in public in India, you know what I mean? But always I learn a lot of things like new, for example, I never knew that in India it is the same as Mexico that you cannot address as an older person by just their name. That here in Mexico definitely is a no-no, at least that person already told you that it's okay if you call them by their name. But here is something like no. So it's very nice that we have that connection as well. The other one that I like, well, the beggars, I knew about that one too. The beef, I know that many of you have been telling me about not consume, that in the south is more kind of common consume meat. But anyway, I will be respecting the rules in the place I'm going because at the end of the day, like is your country and I have to respect it. And I love, I love to learn some languages. Like I won't expect that everybody will understand me just because I'm speaking the language. Definitely that's something that I know that I am the one that have to adapt and accommodate. So I'm really looking forward for all these experiences and emotion that I will be living there. Like really, I just can't wait. So hopefully soon I can do it. But meanwhile, I will keep learning with these videos. Some facts I already knew them, some facts are new for me. But that's the part of this, be learning about your country, be learning about what you have to share. I will be extremely excited. I know a lot of you have been saying about the kissing, that's not true or something. So meanwhile, I will be. Anyway, I don't think that will need that one. But anyway, meanwhile, it's good to know all these things. It's good to know them. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow with another video. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow. Bye.
भाई मजा आ गया इनका रिएक्शन देख करके। रिएक्शन और वीडियो भी बहुत बढ़िया थी, और रिएक्शन, और मैंने सॉरी कहा था जैसे इटली से है, मुझे पता नहीं था, मैं पहली बार देख रहा हूँ इनकी वीडियो। तो ये है मैक्सिको से, और हम भी वेट कर रहे हैं कि कब इंडिया आए, ठीक है, और हमारे यहाँ की चीजों का एक्सपीरियंस करें। अभी तो वीडियो के थ्रू कर रहे हैं, ओरिजिनली यहाँ पे आकर के करें, ठीक है। और वीडियो के अंदर भी चीजें थी बिल्कुल, यानी कि ठीक थी, लेकिन बिल्कुल ही 100% करेक्ट नहीं थी, यानी कि ठीक ही थी, ओके। और जो भी बातें हैं वहां पे कि वो क्या कहते हैं, बीफ की बातें, हाँ बिल्कुल सही है, साउथ में चलता है, नॉर्थ की तरफ नहीं चलता। साउथ में भी पूरा वैसे नहीं चलता, जिसको कंज्यूम करना होता है अपना, जो लोग करते हैं, जो उनको नहीं करना होता वो नहीं करते हैं। और यहाँ पे और क्या होता है, वो कहते हैं पीडीए की बात होगी, तो हाँ पीडीए मेरे ख्याल से अभी दिल्ली, मुंबई, बेंगलोर इन सब इलाकों में होने लग वो है, लेकिन इतना भी नहीं, बिल्कुल वो नहीं है, लेकिन विलेजेस में नहीं अलाउड है, ठीक है। और हाँ सभी लोग इंग्लिश नहीं बोलते, विलेजेस में भी आपको 1-2% तो मिल ही जाएगा जो आपकी बातें थोड़ी बहुत समझ ही ले, यानी कि आपकी कन्वर्सेशन इंग्लिश में पूरे में चल जाएगी। लेकिन अगर आप लोकल लैंग्वेज जानोगे ना तो थोड़ा और बढ़िया रहता है कि हाँ भाई हमें कनेक्शन, अरे ये तो हमारी लैंग्वेज में बोल रहा है भाई, कोई कन्नड़ में आपसे, कोई फॉरनर आके आपसे आपकी लैंग्वेज कन्नड़ में आकर के कुछ 1-2 वर्ड बोलेगा तो आपको अच्छा लगेगा कि हाँ भाई सामने वाला भी एफर्ट डाल रहा है हमारे यहाँ की चीजों को सीखने के लिए। तो बहुत बढ़िया वीडियो थी, और इनका रिएक्शन भी बहुत बढ़िया था, ओके। सो मजा आया। और इनके चैनल का जो नाम है वो मैं आपको एक बार और बता देता हूँ, ठीक है, क्योंकि इनकी वीडियो अच्छी लगी। थिंकिंग नैश के नाम से है, और ये मैक्सिको में रहती है, ओके, मैक्सिकन है। और इनको ये बात भी बहुत अच्छी लगी कि जैसे कि हम यहाँ पे अपने से बड़ों का सीधे डायरेक्टली नाम लेकर के नहीं बोल देते, अंकल जी या फिर अंकल आंटी इस तरीके से बोलते हैं, ठीक है। तो ये है, तो ये कह रही कि हाँ ये कनेक्शन भी है, मैक्सिमम को में भी ऐसे ही सीधे किसी का भी सीधे अपने से बड़ों का नाम नहीं लेते, ठीक है। अगर कोई रिलेट वैसे करके अंकल जी आंटी जी करके, या फिर एंड में किसी के वैसे बात करनी है तो फिर उसके नाम के एंड में जी लगा देते हैं, ठीक है, तो ऐसे करके। सो ये बढ़िया था, ठीक है। तो मजा आया इनकी वीडियो देखने में। और अब इसके आगे और कोई भी रिएक्शन वीडियो होगी जो अच्छी होगी उसके ऊपर हम रिएक्ट करेंगे कि फॉरेन के लोगों को यहाँ की वीडियो कैसी लग रही है, ठीक है। सो हमारे यार चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो यार, वीडियो पसंद आई तो लाइक कर दो। अब मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, ठीक है, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।